Hi everybody, this is Joe Contrera. Welcome back to the Alive at Work Leadership video blog. I've been traveling the last few weeks and I wanted to share with you some insights that I gained, some lessons that I learned while working with leaders in various cities in different parts of the country. I want to talk to you about the whole idea, the whole concept, the skill, if you will, of self-awareness. More importantly, self-awareness and others. Now, when we talk about self-awareness, one thing you should know is that it is the foundational component of emotional intelligence, meaning that without self-awareness, none of the other components or skills really matter as much, because without self-awareness, they are impacted. Each of those skills, self-recognition, motivation, social awareness, social recognition, are all impacted by that first foundational component, which is self-awareness. Ironically enough, when it comes to coaching, when we are teaching leaders how to be coaches, the first skill we teach, the first coaching skill we teach, is self-management. And we discuss the importance of self-awareness, because without self-awareness, you can't really manage anybody, including yourself. Now, why is this so important? Well, when it comes to self-awareness, we all have blind spots that prevent us from seeing how we might be impacting others. And so we can be creating consternation, conflict, disconnection in our relationships because of blind spots that we have in ourselves. One of the reasons this happens is because I think as people, we have become so consumed, so focused on how external forces are impacting our internal world, instead of looking at how our internal world and what we do and our level of self-awareness is actually impacting those folks outside of us. And as a result, because of this external focus, it ends up resulting in a couple of things. Number one, we become frustrated and angry because we're trying to control things that are outside of us, meaning when we focus on external situations, external events, or people that are outside of us, and we try to control them in order to make sure we're okay, it just doesn't work. We allow our emotions to be controlled externally. So in a sense, what we're doing is we're giving our ability to regulate ourselves, to regulate our thoughts, to control the only things that we actually do control, which is our inner world and our thoughts. We give that away to people and situations outside of us. And so we get stuck in this endless cycle trying to control things that we don't. Self-awareness is an extraordinary tool if we leverage it. So that leads me to 3 questions that I have for you. Number 1, how self-aware are you? Most people believe that they're more self-aware than they actually are. And the question becomes, how would you know? You can take assessments, you can read the assessments, but that doesn't tell you what your impact on others is. So question 2 is, who do you have in your life? What close group of advisors or friends do you have in your life that will give you the honest feedback that you need to hear how what you're doing and how your inner world might be impacting those around you? And number 3 is, if they give you feedback and it's painful, and sometimes we have to hear those things that are hard to hear because those are where our blind spots are. A mentor of mine once said that if one person tells you you're a horse's butt, forget about it. If 2 people tell you you're a horse's butt, you might want to pay attention. And if 3 people tell you you're a horse's butt, you might want to buy a saddle. If you ask folks for feedback and 3 people tell you that you come across as arrogant, or you talk too much, or you're so focused on yourself that you forget that there's anybody else in the room, you might want to get a saddle. All right, so lots of things to think about. That's all for this week. Until next week, be safe and be well.